Hey guys, and welcome back to If My Heart Had Wings Hobbiton route. Quick recap, last time we went to school with, again, in mind, and with, already choking on my words. Our friend, I forgot her name, red-haired girl, came trying to get Hobbiton to go to school, and we also want Hobbiton to go to school because she's planning on dropping out, so we're trying to convince her not to, and we met that girl, the super repeat student who's been repeating school despite being really smart for some reason, and she's apparently in a club called the Soaring Club, and Hobbiton looked really into that, so that's probably gonna motivate her to go to school more, which is good. But yeah, this is after school, and I believe this was a man calling us. It's probably that older senior friend we had that we were texting, but we hadn't seen him. Sorry, I forgot about the names again. It'll take me a bit. I mean, I remember Hobbiton, but that's about it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Nothing really with me, except I got a new mouse, but I don't think I even talked about my mouse issues in this playthrough, and that's a loud sound. Good morning, Shane. Nice to see you. But yeah, basically my mouse was like triple clicking when I clicked once, which really bugged up the computer because like sometimes I click and it like make the page go back. I don't know why, because it was really fast, I guess. But it's fixed, so that's good. It doesn't really matter because I use my keyboard to change, but to progress in visual novels anyways. But just to note, so can we repeat this?
Aoi!
Yeah, so it is a guy. Alright, let's meet this guy. Maybe it's not who I was thinking of, but could be. It's definitely not Mabo. I went back to the dormitory, and someone called out to me when I was going... wait, let me fix this. It's been like 4 days since I recorded. So I need to get back into the groove. Tatsuya. Ooh. Sprited. Anchan. Okay, yeah, his name is Anchan. Now I remember. The moment I saw him, my mood improved fivefold. I mean, were you mad? I guess he was happy, now he's super happy. Anchan was standing there. I was thinking about going to see you tomorrow. Anchan ruffled my hair. Hey, stop that. Disregarding my token resistance, Anchan rubbed my head around and round. I think that my hair was probably messed up pretty badly now. This was Igarashi Tatsuya, also known as Anchan. He was Agaha's, that's the red-haired girl's, totally forgot her name, and Mabo's. He was Agaha's, Mabo's, and my childhood friend. He was like a big brother to us. He was much older than us, but we used to play together a lot as kids. Oh, jeez, you're messing up my hair. You haven't changed, Anchan. You're still like in the old days. It isn't? What Anchan said was true, but personally I'd prefer him to stay the way he was now. While I was thinking that, Anchan's expression suddenly became gentle. Yeah. Enough for everyday life, so he knows about the accident, but I don't think Agaha and Mabo knows. Definitely not Mabo. Definitely not Agaha either. It's no big deal. I can live normally like this. On top of that, I had you there to watch me in the race where I tried my hardest. Oh, he won. Oh, I came third though. Top 3 is pretty good. I was in the bicycle club at my last school. During the final race of my freshman year, I managed to get on the podium's 3rd place step. It was my greatest achievement. Anchan traveled a long way to watch that race. Yeah. Because of Anchan's kindness, I almost felt like I could cry. He sensed how I was feeling and started messing up my hair again. This time gently. Yeah. We used to play here a lot and sneak in the mansion. Hmm? That wasn't what Anchan was talking about just now. So he has some memories before being friends with us here, maybe? Or just some other memories in general. Someone was hiding near the gate. Habane-san. It looked like she couldn't get past because Anchan and I were in the way. Even though she could have just spoken to us normally, she was hiding and watching us instead. Habane-san was still on guard, but returned the greeting. Wait for the train to pass. Nice soundtrack, by the way. I don't think I've commented on it, but it's been pretty decent, I think. I need to listen to it again. I already forgot. Yikes. Ah, I clicked something. We got out of her way, and she entered the dormitory in her composed mode. You know her? Ah, Pedigree? There was a big dog that went by that name. If I remembered right, it was a Saint Bernard. Was she by any chance trying to stroke his head? As I thought, that was on the things I want to do list. Stroke the head of the big dog in the neighborhood. It's really scary, but it might be unexpectedly friendly. If possible, I'd like to ride around on its back. I remember reading that. So that's what she was doing while she was skipping school. Well, I decided to forget about Habane-san for now. It's good to be back, Anchan. I answered slightly embarrassed, and Anchan grinned at me. Parting with those words, Anchan turned to leave. Oh, yeah, that's right, Anchan. I know this is a bit soon, but I have a favor to ask. I took out the parts I was entrusted by Amane-senpai out of my bag. Along with them was a memo with the dimensions and so on written down. Oh yeah, Amane is the super dropout person and she wanted us to fix something, right? I need parts that are the same as those. Could you get them by any chance? Anchan's family was running a workshop. It was what you call a small-town workshop, and it should be making custom-made special parts. Anchan also worked there right now. If Anchan couldn't do it, he might be able to use his connections with other engineers and refer me to other factories. Anchan looked at the broken parts and the memo. He quickly answered. Thanks, Anchan. Anchan raised one hand and turned to leave. He seems nice. For some reason I feel a little suspicious, maybe because of all the Higurashi I'm reading. So maybe he is hiding something, but obviously it's not going to be anything super bad, right? Oh my god, so many trains. But it's hot outside. Whatever, I'll close the window. I'll cancel out some of the sound. Thanks to meeting Anchan, I returned to my room in a good mood. Ooh, there's his racing bike. I put my hand on the saddle of the bicycle that I was standing in the corner. I'm proud to have been able to stand on the podium right in front of a buddy like Anchan. Why are you in our room? Before I realized, Habane-san was next to me. What are you doing here? I didn't. Do you want something? Without answering my question, she opened a drawer in the desk. It looked like she was searching for something. Maybe her withdrawal notice? I didn't have any embarrassing stuff, so I just calmly asked her, "What are you doing?" I know, but shouldn't you at least get the consent of the owner of the room? Have what? Apparently she was looking for the withdrawal notice that I picked up back then, yeah. I don't know what you're looking for, but I don't think it's in here. Did you say something? Apparently her search came to an end. However, she didn't leave the room. She was surveying it carefully. Kinda like my room, except it's been cleaned recently, so it actually looks good for the first time in like 2 years. I don't have a lot of stuff. Thanks to that, moving was easy. Habane-san was staring straight at the bite that was clearly standing out in my room. Your sudden question flustered me. It's no big deal. Looks like she overheard my conversation with Anchan. It was just a little injury. Look, it's fine now. I swung my right leg to show her. Nah, not really. Why are you asking about it? There's no need for you to worry about it. Habane-san left my room with a composed expression. You're going there again tomorrow, right? To the garage at lunch. I'm not going, is what it felt like she was going to say. She answered and hastily left my room. Looks like I should make 3 lunchboxes this time. At least she's getting motivated to go to school. Oh, there's a chapter break. 12 minutes. Yeah, I couldn't fit it in though. I think hour-long chapters are a little too much for me. Since there's a bit more reading in this, since I have to read the protagonists' speaking lines. Not that it matters too much. Anyways, it didn't go well today either. Oh, no one's eating breakfast still. Today's breakfast was another failure. All of the boarders showed up for breakfast, but the only one who finished her meal was Kanako-san. There must have been something wrong with it. All I'll have to do is make meals and clean. What a piece of cake. That's what I had thought, when I had accepted the job as a dorm mother, but my confidence was gradually fading. Mabo! My boy! Or Matsuru's his full name. Oh, it's you. Matsuru joined me on the way to school. He flung some verbal abuse at me as he approached. A few things happened at the dormitory. Dealing with girls can be tough. Ooh. Yeah, I heard she's a freshman at Seisen Girls' School, right? Seisen Girls' High School was famous in the neighborhood as a school for rich girls. The uniform had a reputation for being cute, to the point that various fans were coming to look far and wide just to take a look. That's kind of creepy. Eri-chan. Honestly, he looked like he really wanted to show it, so I decided to go along with it. Whoa, seriously, she's cute. What? Show me. We're in a band together? Damn. Mabo, you can play guitar? Da ra ra ra. He showed off some great air guitar. By the way, who the hell was Yin Wei?
お前さ、前の学校で自転車やってたんじゃねえの？
Yeah, I was. What about it?
もうやんねえわけ？でも、うちには自転車部なんてねえけど。
Yeah, I'm not riding anymore. Matsuda's expression seemed like he didn't care about it too
でっ
much.
かい大会で表彰台に上がったんだよ。
You heard that from Anchan?
アゲハもホタルも今度のレースは応援にくっついてくってあんちゃんに言ってたんだぜ。まあ、一応俺もだけどな。
The blush face. That's cute. That made me blush a little.
勘違いすんなよ。俺はお前のブザマに負けるところを見に行くつもりだったわけ。
Yo, where are the boy roots? This guy seems like he has a couple of boyfriends that he could date.
別に応援なんかするつもりなかったんだからな。
And where's Hat Root? Hat? Is his name Hat the duck? We need a duck root. That'd be a great secret root. I wasn't planning. Oh wait, that's him. Yeah, I get it. Don't get so flustered.
アゲハのやつ悔しがってたぞ。お前のいいとこ見られなくて。お前そういうの分かってんのか？
I didn't know anything. After all, I never thought that I would make it to the podium. Besides, even if I knew, it was too far away to just say, come and watch me.
なのにろくに連絡もよこさねえでよ。
You too. Besides, wasn't I sending you New Year's cards every year?
あんなコンビニで売ってるプリント済みのやつか。
Yeah, without writing anything in a card, it's usually pretty disingenuous. Not saying that's wrong, that's what I do all the time, but... You did the same thing, and your New Year's cards were usually arrived at the end of January.
返してもらえるだけありがたいと思えこの。
おお、珍しい二人組発見。
Get. Yo, Araha.
はやーす。ん？どうしたの、マーボー。
Matsuda was hiding behind me.
別になんでもねえよ。あんま慣れ慣れしくすんなよ。エリちゃん怒る。
はいはい。かわいいかわいい彼女ですもんね。
Jokingly, Araha was walking while keeping a little distance from Matsudu. Matsudu walked up next to me and pulled to my side.
さっきの話、アゲハには内緒な。
The band thing? What thing?
あいつがお前
Oh,
の見に行ってたって話。
Okay, I got it. Was that something that needed to be kept a secret?
何男同士でベタベタしてんの？
That face. So good.
誰がこんなやつだ？ペペ。
Pet. Ew, gross, don't spit for real.
仲いいね。焼けちゃうわ。
バカアゲハ！
Yeah, don't say weird things like that. Lunchtime! Today I didn't eat my lunch early. While I was preparing my lunchbox and baking in this tiny sense of accomplishment, Habane-san had already disappeared from the classroom. I went out to the corridor and saw her pacing back and forth in front of the door, as if she couldn't decide whether she should go forward or turn back. Are you waiting for me? Habane-san let out a yelp, not really befitting a beautiful girl, and tapped her chest to calm herself down.
脅かさないでくれる？
Sorry, I only called out to you normally though. You're going, aren't you? To the garage?
ええ、そうよ。別にあなたを待ってたわけじゃないけど。
Well then, let's go. I started pushing her wheelchair.
勝手に押さないで。
Here, hold this. I passed my bag to
ほ
her.
ら、人逃げたみたいにするな。
Back to the soaring club.
誰もいないみたい。
The garage was open, but there's no one there. Somehow I got the impression that Amane-senpai was always here, so it's a little surprising. The air conditioning wasn't turned on, so it was quite humid. What should we do?
言われても。
Habane-san subconsciously put her hand on her stomach. Shall we have our lunch here? I made your share as well, Habane-san. Those were actually leftovers from breakfast. But Habane-san didn't come to eat breakfast, so she probably didn't know what was on the menu.
それも寮母の仕事なの?
No, I'm just meddling. I put 3 lunch boxes on the workbench, and I went through the trouble of making one for Amane-senpai too. The air conditioner wasn't turned on, so if I just left it here, it would go bad very quickly. There is a refrigerator here, so I decided to put it in there. If I leave a note on the desk, she should notice it and eat the lunch. Could you turn on the electric fan? Habane-san turned on the switch of the nearby fan.
エアコンは?
I can't find the remote controller. It was probably buried somewhere. We sat in the area that was getting the full force of the wind from the electric fan and opened up the lunch boxes.
何これ? カレー?
This morning's menu was curry. You don't like it?
普通カレーをお弁当にするかな?
Can't you leave the complaints for after you've eaten it? With a meat expression, Habane-san put the cold curry into her mouth.
冷めてても美味しい.
It would be great if you had a microwave, though. While we were eating our curry in silence for a little while, today, the glider wasn't covered by the sheet. I gazed at the simple, sleek shape of its body and thought it was beautiful. I imagined that aircraft cutting through the air in flight. When you're riding a bicycle, your greatest enemy is the wind. Habane-san made a puzzled face when I started talking all of a sudden, but I carried on regardless. Headwind is the worst. You have to keep stepping on the pedals while it constantly pushes you back. When I faced the wind from the electric fan set to strong, I remembered that feeling just a little. The feeling of wind gradually draining my stamina. That's why when you're riding bicycles, we're trying to reduce air resistance as much as possible. Not just the riding posture or the shape of the helmet. We were cooperating with the members of other teams and riding in groups during the race. When I was riding a bike, I was thinking it would be better if the wind wouldn't blow. But this thing rides the winds to fly.
ジェットエンジンもプロペラもないのにね.
If we hadn't actually seen it in the air that day, we probably wouldn't be able to imagine it flying, even with the real thing right in front of us. Oh yeah, Habane-san, how do you know so much about gliders? She knew a lot about them, even though she saw the real glider for the first time back on Windmill Hill.
別にちょっと本で読んだだけ.
It seemed hard for her to answer, so I refrained from asking any further. Speaking of which, there's a bookshelf here filled with many books. When I looked closely, they were all related to gliders or aircraft. I picked one up and took a look inside. It's in English. I can't read it. It's not like my grades in English were bad, but with the level I had from classes, reading technical books would be really tough. Apparently, it was the same for Habane-san.
こっちの本は写真がいっぱい載ってるわ.
There's a book that had many photos of gliders, something like a catalog. There's so many different ones. The shape of the wings, the size, and so on. It seemed there were many different types of gliders. What's on this picture?
山の上を飛んでる.
The photograph looked so natural that I didn't realize that the glider was flying high enough to look down at the mountain. They could fly that high? We both reflexively looked at the glider standing over there. It's a nice view. Since its wings were removed, we couldn't really grasp its full size, but at glance, it didn't seem all that different compared to the one in the photo. Amane-senpai did say that it could go above the clouds. I wonder how it would feel flying through the sky in this.
きっと最高の気分よ。上昇気流に乗って飛ぶなんてまるで鳥になったみたいじゃない。
We stayed for a little longer, even after we finished our lunch boxes. We spent time looking at books and admiring the glider. When the bell rang, I felt the fun time was over, and I was a little sad.
何かしらこれ。
Just as we were about to go back to the classroom, Habane-san noticed a photo frame on Amane-senpai's desk. What's this? It was weird that there's no photo inside that frame. An empty photo frame had been placed there. It's Amane-senpai we're talking about. She probably just lost the photo. Foreshadowing something. What's wrong?
なんでもないわ。行きましょう。ここ暑くてたまんない。
The moment we stepped out of the sauna-like garage, we felt the refreshing, cool air outside. Scrub, splash, scrub. Whew. I forgot about the weird transitions. That one was actually not bad. I'm worn out. Cleaning the bathroom was easier than done. I never thought it would be such a tough task. It was easier said than done. To make things worse, there was no air conditioning, so I was dripping with sweat. On the other hand, if I don't do this every day during the summertime, mold will start growing out there. It wasn't just about hygiene, it was kind of gross too. There's no way you could take a bath when there's mold growing in there. My cell phone rang. The display showed home. Hello? What's up? Smoothly? I can't say that. I took this job without taking it too seriously, but it turned out to be quite a chore. Going to school every day and doing the work of a dorm mother is wearing me out. I realized this after only a few days. This was considerably hard work. Why? You know, if that's what you think, don't say that. I know, I was about to say. A mother like you? She's the kind of mother who loves teasing her son. But did she get me to do this dorm mother job because she was worried about me? I was so busy that I didn't have time to think about unnecessary stuff. If I kept talking in the hallway, the other boarders could have heard me, so I went back to my room. We continued our silly parent-child conversation. My mother was a fiercely independent person and a hard-working career woman. Many things have happened until recently. Yeesh, I'm already losing it. Many things have been happening until recently. Well, they're still going on now, and we were living separately. I was a bit too old to be missing my mother, though. Hearing her voice like this from time to time was enough. That is going smoothly. Agaha is there too. Me too. She's like a proper girl now. Oh, shut up. What are you talking about? We're not even on our route. We're on the Habane route. My mom, obviously. A normal mother wouldn't tell her son to go chasing after girls. Sure. The rent in that place is super cheap, so they should help with things like that. I'll think about it. Oh, that was the mother.
それじゃおやすみ葵ちゃん。
She called me in a way that I hate on purpose and then ended the call. The name Aoi was chosen by my father. It sounds like a girl's name, so I was often teased with it when I was little, and it seems she still remembers that. I put down my phone and took a look at the boarding students roster. When it comes to boarders' jobs, cleaning their own rooms was a given. There was also cleaning the hallways and entrance, as well as the dining hall. On the other hand, my jobs were to prepare breakfast and dinner, clean up afterwards, clean the bathroom and garden, and other miscellaneous chores. It's actually pretty tough. Maybe I'll try asking for some help. Even if I could just get them to clean the bathroom, that would be a real lifesaver. Huh? Yuka-san? Yuka-san was a tall fourth year and the eldest boarder. Wait, Yuka-san was a tall fourth year and the eldest boarder was in the dining room. She got surprised when I suddenly called out to her.
何かしら、水瀬くん。
Can I ask you a question? I spread out the roster I was just looking at on the table where Yuka-san was sitting. Yuka-san, who was used to seeing this, looked at it with curiosity. Habane-san's name isn't on the job roster. Starting with Kanako-san and Yuka-san, there were 4 names, but Habane-san's wasn't there.
だってあの子
Yuka-san glanced at the dining room door while she was speaking.
足が不自由だから。
As I thought, that's the reason. Thank you very much. That was awkward. That was a really short chapter, actually. It's probably like under 30 minutes, like 25. Well, I think I'm gonna end it here. Starting fresh at a new chapter. I can hear quack ducks, maybe, or is that Higurashi? Alright, chill, bro. Anyways, thank you for watching. This was a shorter episode, but and I guess we didn't really get too much done except for hanging out with Habane. We did meet a new character, Anchan, which is nice, so we'll continue back with Aoi's school life next time. And thank you for all this knocking. Bye. See you next time.